And that has been the tradition the past 3 years. We have the What Have Yous here, and they've written some music.
Yes. Now, many of you may be familiar with what a 24-hour project is if you've been here in the past. Later in the show, we will explain what that is. But basically, our writers were given challenges, and the band also took those challenges to heart and created original songs for you tonight. So you are going to be some of the first people to hear these songs from the What Have Yous. So, without further ado, all the way from beautiful Eau Claire, Wisconsin, please welcome to the stage the What Have Yous.
Really glad that you guys made it out. Thanks, Speck and Dust Theater, for having us as part of this, especially after the last episode. We apologize. But yeah, so you only see 80% of the band. Luckily, all the band members are pretty bougie. We got the internet. So the other one, Patty, participated remotely. Isn't that neat? So from a satellite up in space, beamed us down and made this all possible for you all to enjoy. Okay, I'll shut up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Gotcha. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah.
That's what she was probably saying. You should listen more. From a far, distant place called Brainerd. This next piece was composed last night, not in the linear time.
But, you know, we gotta fill out time. Our contract stipulated that we keep going after this next one. And if you guys check the backside of your ticket, it also says that you're forced to stay.
With the spaceship hit the floor. Go for plasma, my cosmonaut. Soft, I can't out your mouth. Don't think the stars, don't think it all. Don't let it fade away, just get it out. Take no action, just go away. Thank you, Altoona!
That was fun, guys.
So, next up we have 3 short plays that did not exist 24 hours ago. They have been written and rehearsed, and now they will be performed for the very first time. Our first play is called Through the Lens. It was written by somebody named Reid Sollberger.
I don't like his work very
That's a
much.
stupid name. Who named that? It is directed by Denise-Alondra Bustamante, and it is starring Jake Brockmann and Anna Lucas.
Look, this is some type of dwelling. I think we'll be safe here for a minute.
The markings and configurations of the items in this room indicate that this is from a civilization that was wiped out decades ago.
Hello? Is anyone out there? Look, I don't know if anyone can hear me. This is Captain Dallas McCarthy of the Earth ship USS Spooner. Look, I landed and set down on planet Naru. I was hoping to find some sign of intelligent life, but unfortunately, a hostile alien life form found me first. I lost my left hand in the battle, but I had to improvise and made use of some of the pieces of my android, who was mostly destroyed after trying to protect me. You know, it's been slow going getting to our ship, and the climate just seems to change on the hour. I just hope my ship hasn't been destroyed by the tectonic movings that have been continuing since I've landed. Listen, if anyone can hear me, I just need to tell you this. Stay away from this planet. Unless you want to come save me, I would be really grateful. McCarthy out. How's that, lad?
You did not give the potential recipient of the message any insight as to how to defeat the alien life form we encountered.
Well, there wasn't much insight to give, now was there?
We discovered the creature does not enjoy eating robot parts.
No, he sure doesn't, but he does try.
Indeed. Thank you for coming back to find me, or at least what is left of me.
I couldn't have left you there.
I am appreciative of that.
God, this just doesn't seem worth it sometimes, you know? I mean, how many explorers do we have to lose for this mission? How many friends do I have to lose? I almost lost you today.
Me? I am your friend.
Of course you are, lad.
I reciprocate the friendship.
Well, I don't want to die here on this rock with you, so let's make it back to the ship.
My sensors indicate that the ship is less than 1 kilometer away.
We're gonna get out of here, and we're gonna tell the Earth what we've learned. Because someone needs to win this space war, space race.
Okay, cut. Okay, thanks everyone. That's a wrap. Thank you all so much for helping out today. All right, great acting, May. Just fantastic. Okay, everyone, have a good night and sleep good.
How was that last take? I thought the fifth one was okay, but then that seventh take, I kind of felt like I was losing my breath, and I really thought it added something.
Yes.
Okay, do you have any notes for me tomorrow about the rescue mission, the rescue scene? I mean, is Captain McCarthy supposed to be more excited because Commander is coming to save her, or is she going to be more mad because it's taking forever to get there?
Yes.
Roger, what's the opposite of no?
Yes.
Right. Okay, listen, if we are going to, I know this is your first episode and directing this whole season, but I really want to learn your process. I'd like to make any adjustments so that they can be easier.
The land says you're doing great.
Okay. Thank you, lad. I appreciate it. But what does Roger say?
Roger says that we should keep that take because the seventh take you were breathing too hard and there should be a touching moment between us.
Okay, that makes sense.
You have a friend in plan.
Oh, thank you. I always know I can count on you. So who's going to be voicing you? Oh, please don't tell me it's Chris Pratt. He voices way too many things.
No, too expensive. Still casting.
Okay, but seriously, when are we going to get the last rewrites on those 3 last pages? No, you don't need to talk to him. You can tell me. Tell me.
Thursday.
Okay, see, now that wasn't so hard.
Yes.
Now, listen, Roger, if we're going to work and finish this final episode, I need you to be honest with me about my performance. This is a collaborative effort, you know? Director feedback is a good thing.
Okay, so yeah, there is one part.
Okay. Yeah, tell me, what is it?
So in the scene where you're trying to rewrite power from the life support into the communication array,
Yes.
you look right into the camera.
Okay, So do we need to redo that scene?
No.
Can you use that tape?
No.
So what's the issue?
I don't know, it just seemed like you wanted me to criticize something.
Well, you don't need to criticize everything I do.
I'm sorry. Listen, I'm new at this. I've been the assistant director on, 100 episodes of various TV shows, but just the assistant.
Oh, so is this your first time? Have you directed solo before?
This is Roger's first time directing solo.
Oh, so this is your first time directing. Oh, okay, well, I promise to be very gentle for your first time. Oh, God, that sounded so weird coming out of my mouth. Just stop talking, May. Stop talking. Look, I understand how daunting it can be working with actors. We're weird and eccentric people, but at the end of the day, we're people just like you, We all want to perfect our craft, so we really appreciate constructive feedback.
One time I told a 14-year-old actress that she yawned wrong and she started crying and yelled at me.
Oh, well, we can also be some of the most vain people on the planet, so I wouldn't take it personally.
Can you help me?
What?
I wanna talk better?
To people.
Sure, I can help you with that. But as actors, we usually do a better job talking and become script, so maybe you want to talk to one of the writers?
No. I think you would do a good job.
Okay. What kind of situation do you need help with?
Meeting someone new.
Okay, I can help with that. Let's role play, okay?
Yes.
Let's just pretend we're meeting each other for the first time.
Okay.
Hi, I'm May.
Yes.
No. At this point, you'd say, "Hi, May. I'm Roger. Nice to meet you."
Hi, May. I'm Roger. It's nice to meet you.
Perfect.
I'm just so very bad with names. Like, what if I meet someone new and I forget their name?
Well, you can do something I do, which you create like a scenario where it helps you remember their name. So, for example, your name is Roger, and Roger makes you remind me of Roger Moore. Roger Moore reminds me of James Bond. James Bond reminds me of 007. 007 reminds me of the number 7, and that reminds me of Mickey Mantle, which reminds me of Roger Morris. You try it with my name.
Okay. Your name is May. May is the 5th month, and you are 5 feet tall.
I am 5 feet tall. Actually, I'm 5'7", but close enough. What else do you need help with?
Chit chat, idle banter, small talk.
Okay, I'm actually pretty good at that. So, you start asking people questions about basic things. Stick to the easy stuff. Weather, movies, food. What's your favorite food?
Carrot.
Like a side dish.
Carrot.
Okay, a favorite dessert.
Carrot cake.
Favorite prop comic.
Gallagher.
Okay, now I think we're getting way off course here. I think a general rule of thumb when you're talking with people is to ask them questions about themselves. People love to talk about themselves, and once you get them talking, that means they talk more and you talk less.
That is good.
Yeah. Oh, but you have to make sure to listen because you have to make sure to listen in order to make sure that if there's a quiz, there might be a quiz on what they said. Well, no, not anything official or anything, but sometimes people will talk about something that they've already said in the conversation. So you might need to maybe
Okay, do you like carrot?
I didn't ask you about my favorite.
Oh, you don't like carrot?
I mean, I don't mind carrots, but they're not my favorite.
What is your favorite food?
Well, here you go. We got there. I knew we would. Okay. My favorite food is most definitely pizza.
With carrot?
Okay. Moving on. You know, maybe it would be better if we learned how to talk to each other without using a prompt. So why don't you tell me something about yourself?
Like what?
I don't know. Where are you from? Where do you live? Who's your favorite Avengers character?
I am from St. Louis. I live in Studio City, and my favorite Avenger is Drax.
Right. Okay. So you sound like a teenager writing a thank you note. You didn't need to exactly answer all of those questions. Oh, Drax? Really?
Yeah.
Your favorite?
Yeah.
Why?
He says what's on his mind. I really wish I could do that.
How do you ask someone to go eat their favorite food with you?
Oh, you mean like on a date?
Yes.
Okay. Well, first of all, I think you should probably find out if that person would be interested in going on a date with you.
How do you do that?
Well, you ask them, would you like to go on a date with me?
What if they say no?
Well, then you're free, free to ask someone else to go out on a date.
I have an abusive relationship with the word no. I really can't tell anyone that word, and I have problems when they say it to me.
Well, no one likes it, but, it's like when you buy a Powerball ticket. You think of all the things you do with your winnings, and if you were to win the lottery, and then they draw the numbers, and then your numbers don't match, and then you're kind of sad because now you can't do all the things that you would wanted to do if you had won.
Yes.
So, get sad for a little while, but then, the next day, you're back to your normal self, and, it's really because you never lost anything you actually had in the first place.
Yeah, I think I get it.
Okay, so, what else can I help you with?
What if they say no, but you still have to be around them? Wouldn't that be weird,
Suboptimal?
Yeah, I suppose it would.
So, I should not do it.
No, I don't say that.
So I should do it?
No, Roger, I'm not going to help you make every life decision that you're too afraid to make on your own. Look. I don't know where else to go with this.
But that just gotta be what are my choices here then?
Well, you do have a few decisions, okay? You can either ask her out, or not. I assume she's a she?
Yes.
Okay, well, I didn't want to make any assumptions, so just checking. You also have two potential outcomes. She could either say yes or say no, which means we have 4 different scenarios.
I love math.
So you can ask her out, and she could say yes. That'd be a good decision. You could not ask her out, and she would have said no. That would also be a good decision.
Okay, I think I understand.
Okay. So what you need to think about is what of the other 2 scenarios would you be able to live with? Asking her and she says no, or not asking her when she would have said yes?
Both are really scary.
Yeah, they are. But there is a third option.
What's that?
You could be her friend. Get into her friend orbit. That way you get to know her a little bit better through that friendship. But if you are in love with her, then she might start doing things that are really irritating to you. Like, I don't know, not tipping or breathing weirdly. So, I don't know.
I don't think that would be the second one.
Why not?
She's just perfect.
Well, whatever you decide, good luck. Finding someone who can tolerate you is a crazy mixture of skill and circumstance and luck and all sorts of things. But when you do find it, it can be so fun.
Hey, May.
Yeah?
Um,
What?
with me?
Oh, I mean, sure. Oh, Roger. I'd really like to, but I can't.
It's because of my irredeemable flaws.
No, I'm sure you don't have many of those.
I wouldn't be so sure.
No, it's just, I'm a lesbian.
Oh, that's great news. Thank you for trusting me with this secret.
That's okay. You know, maybe we can hang out sometime, after all this is over.
Yeah, just gotta, work on the storyboards for tomorrow. Yeah, work on the storyboard.
Yeah, you do that. You make those storyboards your bitch tonight, huh?
Yes!
Oh, crap, now I have to pretend to be a lesbian for the rest of this shoot.
Alright, so that was the first play that I had written. Now, let's talk a little bit about what the 24-hour project is. Do you want to start?
Yeah, so 24-hour project is a 24-hour project. We started at 7:30 last night. Everybody who was able to got together here in the theater, got assigned to their groups, met with people, talked about, okay, what kind of things do we want in the script? Here's the setting, here's the theme, and go. And from there, the writers were off the flash to write their scripts, but it wasn't so cut and dry because there were 3 different curveballs that were thrown in as the night went on. So at 9, 10, and 11, they were sent a challenge to throw into their script, and they had to have it in there. So
Yes, and as you see the next play and the one after that, you can try to pick out any similar things that you see and see if you can identify what those challenges were. Here.
all right, this one is Cargo Bay, A Race for Space, written by Cieri and directed by Ruka.
And it is starring the wonderfully talented Kobi and the awesome Micah Arciniega.
We're moving at a pretty good pace.
I'll say.
I was worried when NASA told us we had to dump 1,000 pounds of cargo in an hour, but we're moving those boxes pretty quickly.
I work fast.
We have trash bags for that.
Trash bags? Oh, aren't they kind of flimsy?
Well, they're sturdy enough. Hefty.
Yeah, but won't they rip at 1,800 miles an hour?
Look, we're just putting them in the dumpsters outside the USS Ball and not, dumping them over Cape Canaveral.
Well, Micah, this is my keep pile.
You're keeping all that?
Well, that's why I put it back in the box.
All of it.
All of it.
But you haven't even gone through those boxes.
I told you, I already went through those.
You're telling me you went through all of these boxes?
Yeah.
You looked in all these boxes?
Yeah.
You categorized all the items in these boxes?
Yeah.
And you took all the extraneous and unnecessary items and put them in the trash bags?
Yeah.
And you kept all of the necessary items?
Hit the nail on the head.
Well, you can't have all this cargo.
Look, I am doing my job. I sorted through all the crap, and I'm keeping what we need.
Okay. Well, let's see what's in these boxes. Oh. It's a box. In a box. In a box. We don't need all these boxes.
Well, what if the first settlers on Mars decide that they want to send home some care packages? They don't have any UPS or Kinkos up there.
They don't have anything up there. It's Mars, and what are they going to send back? And how can they send anything back if the USS Walden plummets back into the Earth and squashes everybody to a pulp because it's too heavy?
I am just thinking of the human passenger's future.
There's not going to be a future, Kobi, if they're all dead.
Hey, that's mine.
What is it doing in a box full of newspapers?
That is my Flair bartending memorabilia box. And that is my lucky bartending shirt.
Does it still even fit you?
Micah, I can't gain weight, I can't lose weight. Of course it still fits.
drink anything either. I mean, why bartend?
Flair bartending. And it's really just about the performance anyway. I mean, nobody really drinks those things. At least, I hope not. I mean, I used a lot of gasoline in my flair bartending days.
But you don't need the jacket or the newspapers. I mean, you can get that all stuff online or put it on a hard drive.
You know, it's been a couple hundred years, but I think I still got it. Oh. Well, I think I did better before my diode started flaring up.
You might want to see the genius part about that.
Yeah, I'll give him a call when we get back from this job.
Oh, that's right, the job. I mean, look, you can't take your bartending equipment with you. I mean, why not just leave it on Earth? I mean, the place is great for storing garbage. I mean, that's what it's built for.
It's not garbage, it's memories. When we land on Mars, we are going to be stuck there for years, maybe decades. I want something to do in between flights.
You want to reminisce in between flights?
Maybe I'll go back to flair bartending. It's a new world, a new start.
It's not going to be a new world. We're not even fully terraformed yet, and the people are going to need food and a place to sleep and away from the solar winds, and they need to survive the trip to Mars.
Look, I know you're all beep, boop, beep. This does not come through.
Look, I'm not beep about this. I'm just, doing my job, and that is to keep the fleshy, frail humans alive.
Thanks a lot, Deep Blue. Now I have to squeeze all the stuff back into the box.
You shouldn't be squeezing anything back into the box. We need to get rid of 1,000 pounds of garbage, and this is all garbage.
It is not garbage. It is essentials. Look, how would you feel if I went through your pile and started throwing out the things that you bought? A toy raccoon. What are you, afraid of the dark?
Get that back.
You have that thing. What are you scared of?
I just don't like when things are dark and grim.
I outgrew stuffed animals in the 23rd century. Crash time.
And you took my paper clips.
I didn't know they were yours. But who knew that you like paper clips so much?
These paper clips got me through a very rough patch in my life. Remember when I got that ransomware virus? I was so overclocked that the only thing I could concentrate on was this paperclip chain.
How many viruses did you have?
Give me that chain.
Oh, this paperclip chain?
Give me back that chain now.
Or what? Oh!
Where are all these fish coming from?
Probably the salmon bot. Oh, with his salmon cannon. Again.
They don't look fresh. Are they freeze-dried or preserved or hard fish?
Aha, salmon bot. Real funny. Looks like salmon bot has some new material.
Carrots and salmon? Do those two things even go together?
I don't know. I don't have any taste buds.
Stop throwing food at us. We're trying to get rid of the carbon.
What did we just say, salmon bot?
That's what the cargo is. That's what they told us to get rid of 1,000 pounds. They're transporting food.
Well, it was weird they were giving us so much space.
We gotta do something about this.
Oh. Marie Kondo, don't fail me now.
T minus 30 seconds.
What? It hasn't even been an hour yet.
Hurry, Kobi.
T minus 20 seconds. T minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Liftoff. We have liftoff.
Micah, hold on to something!
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign, and we ask that you stay in your seats until we reach Earth's orbit.
What was in those boxes we grabbed?
Books, electronics, medical supplies.
Yeah, oh, I mean, they have immune systems and scar tissue. We've been working together for 500 years. I never knew you were a Fleur bartender.
I didn't really tell anyone. I didn't want anyone comparing me to Bender on Futurama.
It's gonna be a long 9 months, so you wanna practice your Fleur tending?
I do want to mention, though, that in addition to the 3 plays and the band, we also had a visual artist participating as well. You saw her work as you came in on that board in the back. If you didn't, be sure to check it out because it's a really cool piece. But that was done by Sandra Marvel, who I think Sandra's here, right? I think she is. Oh, she's here.
Stardate 748296, aka Earth date 10/17/75. Earth shrinks behind me like the beer can I threw out my window on the way home last night. Before me, the vast, immeasurable fabric of space.
Stardate 61/30/27, aka Earth date 10/18/75. The sun's fixed directly behind me, so it's hard to know exactly how much time has passed. Instruments say 20 hours, 57 minutes.
Stardate 748296, aka Earth date 10/19/75. The moon is now twice the size as when I went to sleep. Estimated lunar landing, 17 hours.
Stardate 61/32/27. Estimated Earth date 10/20/75. I have achieved low lunar orbit, and tense light reflects the tidally locked surface.
Ugh, should have worn my moonglasses. Landing sequence initiated. Autopilot engaged.
Space. The perfect vacuum. Where all of the elements of the universe come together as one. At the twilight of human frustration and hubris, orbit 2 homemade spacecraft, piloted by one Malli Cicerelli and one Jenna Giovanni. 2 competing engineers employed by 2 competing aerospace firms, Boeing and Raytheon. Although each of them are brilliant in their own right, in this zone of twilight, their bright minds illuminate only doubt and suspicion.
It's too bright, I can't see the buttons.
Radar locked, I'm coming in hot!
Eject, eject, eject!
Stardate
too great, but I'm gonna hold on to hope. Make sure it goes a little bit better. Which way is up in zero gravity? Deep breaths. 1, 2, 3. Ah. I'm up. I need air. Oh, it's broken. Interesting.
Stardate, might be my last. I landed, mostly. While I was smuggling all those blueprints out of Seattle, I should have paid more attention to the test logs. The landing legs failed to deploy. Now if I want to get this hunk of junk in the air again, I'm going to need another source of aluminum to patch the fuselage, and a crane to lift it up off the ground, and a bulldozer to make another runway.
Boeing?
Yeah, Raytheon? Should have known you guys were just as boned as we were.
Yeah, we knew exactly when you guys were coming. We knew your launch down to the hour.
We knew about your secret project, too. They were so busy passing you defective parts, they barely noticed me in my barn.
I should be mad. I feel like I should really be mad about this. But I'm just trying to process that this is actually happening. Are we the first humans shipwrecked in space?
No, but we're gonna be the first to make it out. Show me where you park.
What's the point? We don't have like tools or spare tires or anything.
Well, there's gotta be something we can salvage.
Well, do you have anything? Did you bring tools?
You don't have tools?
Anything salvageable is gonna take like 10 years to put back together.
You there!
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ!
Did they send you to rescue me? No, don't hurt me! I used to be just like you. You're not here to rescue me?
No, we're just a couple of marketing ploys. Buy Boeing, build it yourself.
Don't eat me.
Disgusting! I have carrots! Lots and lots of carrots! That's the only thing that'll grow here. I swear, this isn't who I really am. You have to believe me.
What are you?
Well, I used to be an astronaut, but I got left here. They took off because my Mars rover, it ran out of fuel on the way to the launch pad, and then they took off. Oh, so I thought. But when I got there, they left me with just a video recorder and a giant sack of carrot seeds and a big "fuck you" because I was just an experiment. So you show us your debris field, because I've got a rover with no fuel, and you've got a rocket with no legs.
Stardate, I don't know. I do know that I have slept 5 times, and we have found some remnants of a former astronaut named Clyde Strauss. We have taken his rover and managed to get some parts and the alternator to 90%, I think.
Still talking to your wrist?
I'm just trying to make myself feel better, process what's happening.
The solar storm should be over in just a couple hours. But we need to decide who's going back to Earth and who's going to stay here to be rescued.
hearing your incessant commentary, I'm gonna push you into a crater. Besides, I thought about if I went back and you stayed here, it'd be worse for you.
That's not fair, Molly. You put so much effort into fixing this. You should go. Go back.
Jenna, Molly's right.
I am?
You've been keeping so many logs, you need to go back to Earth and tell them my story. I vote for Jenna to go and for Molly to stay here. That makes it 2-1.
Just promise me something. You promise me that when you get back to Earth, you will send them to rescue me before I turn into...
The storm is weakening. It's time to prepare the launch pad.
Stardate unknown. I am up in the launch pad cockpit of the fixed spacecraft, looking down at my former friends on the lunar surface. Once this gets revved up, it's going to go double the earthbound crafts.